I'm going to be giving you guys a review of the VFS Thai E-Extension Visa Tourist Extension Service that you can use online and book yourself an appointment to get your tourist visa extended in Thailand. There are several parts where you can use this, and I want to give you my feedbacks and actual, ideas about this service. Is it good? Is it worth the money? And what are the kinks that I experienced when I tried it out? So first and foremost, I found out about this service not because it's also on the Thai immigration website, but actually when I was waiting in queue on one of my recent extensions at the IT Square, all right, I saw this sign there. It was like a standing banner, and basically proposing to people that, hey, you can try this out. This is a new way of fuss-free getting your visa extended. So at that point of time, it was one of those days where I went kind of a few minutes later than I had usually done so in the past. And as a result, there's like a heap of people. And I was like, okay, why not try this in the meantime? Because I already got my queue number, why not try this in the meantime? So whichever comes first, right? So first thing, this service, it works like shit on the mobile, all right? On the mobile phone, it is a headache because the biggest headache that you will experience is in the uploading of JPEGs. You would have to cycle between a lot of windows to get this done, and there's a high possibility that the window that you're registering yourself on, the application, is gonna get lost. Why? Because you would have to take a photo of your passport cover page, the last entry, and also I think that's the bio data page, all right? So when you upload this, it has to be within a certain file size, and if it is not within a certain file size, it's just going to get rejected. And it's not very mobile optimized. So what I found out that time, I basically gave up, all right? I went to different web pages, lost the application halfway, and yeah, so I did it this time around on my MacBook. You can also do this on your PC, I presume. But basically doing it on a computer versus a mobile, it's much better. Now, second thing that I experienced, the payment gateways are not too many. But then again, if some of you are planning to pay with Alipay, True Money, it does have these features. If you have been staying in Thailand for some time, you may have Shopee Pay, or perhaps you could get a friend, girlfriend, boyfriend, landlord, whoever, to use the Shopee Pay for you. I think Shopee Pay could be a good option of getting it paid. There is no bank QRs because they wouldn't expect many people who use the service to have a Thai bank account anyway. So I use the credit card option, and when I use the credit card option, I had a mini nightmare. All right, a mini nightmare with the payment because I paid, and I got to this page where it says, "Do not refresh or close this tab until the transaction is complete." Fuck's sake, man! It was like, 10, 15 minutes, still there, nothing. And after that time, I decided to refresh that page. And guess what? I got the same page again. So that didn't work out. I phoned 2C2P, which was the credit card processor. I phoned them the Thai support number, and they were very helpful. However, they mentioned that a refund is only possible if the merchant approves it. The merchant is who? VFS. VFS is a company that does visa, processing services for many different countries, and now they offer the service for Thailand. Forgot to mention in the beginning of the video, but you already know that, right? So anyways, I called 2C2P. They were very helpful. They have an English service, and I, after that, tried to find any possible number to get hold of someone on the phone for VFS. The only number I could find that corresponded with their company name was the Latvia VFS. And it was a Philippine-operated call center. You probably weren't even here, don't even know anything, is beyond their clearance. And basically, the only option is email support. So I kind of panicked at that point of time. I wrote into them, and I don't know how often they check. There's no support ticket system, so I wrote email to them anyways. I gave them a couple of screenshots and said, this is my this is the screenshot of inside of the VFS login that I created. This is my application. It says still processing or waiting for payment, and then the other one, it says do not refresh or close this page. And I also screenshot my email, where I got an email from 2C2P which said that my transaction had gone through. So I sent them an email, and then I called 2C2P back again, and they said that they would also help to make a email to the vendor to look out for mine. So I said, okay, fine, this is my email address, and it's the same one I use for the sign up, and it's the same email address that I emailed them with, so check it out, look out for my email. And I even phoned up my credit card company and asked them, this is my problem. So they said, okay, I said, should I try this again? It could be a glitch with the payment gateway, right? So anyways, by that time, while still in the midst of the call, I got an email reply, and it said that, okay, fine, your application is accepted. You can use, this is your application reference number, and you can check it back via email over here. We'll give you an update, or you can go to the website and enter your this application reference number. So this process of document review and whatever checking, it took like half a day. And despite whatever reason that I wrote for why I needed an extension, on one of the forms, it came back with tourism. Okay, so now you know tourism. It's some people say, what reason to put an extension? Tourism. It sounds so easy, it's stupid, but yes, it is that way, because they revised it, right? So when it was all said and done, they gave me a whole bunch of forms to print out. So I printed everything out. Here's the big mistake, right? I saw the address. I did not bother to check it out, and I thought this was actually done at IT Square as well. So I went to the reception, and I went to the guy on the corner table, and I mean the guy on the leftmost, if you're facing the officers, right, the leftmost one. And I said, hey, I got a booking online, so what do I do? So he said, yes, you can. Let me review that for you. Just leave it by there. After this person who stood in line. So I was like, oh yeah, I beat the long queues, right? I didn't have to go like super early and spend 2 hours there, or so I thought. So I waited in line. No, I did not wait in line. I waited beside the line, and I gave him the document, and he says, hey, sorry, these forms are not our format. You cannot accept it. You have to go pick up some forms over there. I was like, for real? So I went to pick up some new forms, and I filled them out, and I came back. And then he said, I was looking through my papers once again. There's a payment receipt, there's a picture, and stuff. So I was like, hang on. Well, so is this okay? And he says, hey, no. According to this, he actually looked at this appointment letter. So I said, all right, my appointment is for 10:10, and it should be my turn, right? So he was like, oh no, the address right here is not here. You got to go to the government building B. So the government building B, for those guys who want to know where that is this huge complex where the extensions used to be done until, say, 2-3 years ago, when they shifted briefly to around Impact, but then subsequently IT Square. It used to be at the government building for the longest time. Government building B is a huge complex that has like road shows for a lot of government agency staff in the middle, and once again there was nice food stalls that you can try lots of stuff, and also like great bargains out there. So always something there interesting. But anyways, I went to so I found out went to the wrong building. I went to and also got the forms filled out again, which I didn't have to. And when I went to a government building, there used to be this open air car park, but now they are reconstructing it for something. I'm not sure what it's going to be. And for those of you who drive, you now have to use a multi-story car park, which is super congested. I found some ways around it. Use your own creativity to figure out what that means. But yeah, so otherwise, suggestion is that it still might be a good idea to find a nearby petrol kiosk and take a motorcycle to there. Or you could even leave your car at IT Square and it is a short distance away. Take a motorcycle to and fro. All right. Well, it might save some hassle. All right. But just as it has been raining quite a lot recently, you might want to factor that in as well, because if it's raining, you are fucked. It's going to be very, very hard getting out of government building B. So anyways, now, fast forward up to that point, I was still thinking, number one, the payment drama. Number two, having to refill the forms again and go to the wrong place. And then having to circle around the car park for several times. And the car park there is like, oh my god. The ramps, each ramp only goes up to one level. Yeah. So it was terrible. Finally, let's talk about the part where I actually use the service. So here's a cool thing. For those of you who haven't realized by now, of course, when I was looking at the feedbacks before this, when I like other reviews on the situation. So there were some people that said different things. I'm gonna dispel the truths and myths because I've already done it. Some people say that if you've done all this stuff, you go to IT Square, you still have to pay again. That is true, as according to the counter guy who said, well, you have to go to government building B, because if I were to take your application here, you have to pay again 1,900 baht. So the VFS, maybe because mine was the super urgent, as it was 2 days away when I applied for it, I paid 2,400. I will find out next time round, or maybe someone can comment down beneath this video. If it is like a week or two in advance, would I still have to pay 2,400 or just 1,900? Maybe 500 baht goes to VFS. But anyways, we're gonna come to a conclusion right now. So after I parked the car, gone to the building, I went to the on level 2, which is the level that links to the car park, right? So I went into the immigration office where I used to do my visas extensions, and found out that people still do go there. So surprising. Anyways, they said that the VFS one is upstairs. Go to the 3rd floor, right? So I got to the 3rd floor. I presented my bunch of forms. They were like, "What are these?" They were referring to the ones that I had hand filled out, the ones that I got from IT Square. No, we want printed ones. I was like, okay. So I again took the photo out from the handwritten one, put it back on the printed one, and give it to them. Right. So I said sorry about the time. I was aware that it's for 10 past 10. I know it's like 10:50 right now, but it's been a terrible time just shuttling between the wrong place, getting things done, and here. So please help. So there's no problem. Let me review that for you. Gave me a counter to go to. Instantaneous, and they put on a stamp. All right, it wasn't a chop or anything. It was a high res, fairly thick looking stamp. I'm not going to show mine on here. And yeah, it basically is different. It's different from the ones at IT Square. And it looks all exclusive and stuff. Most importantly, zero waiting time. Zero waiting time. It's as VIP as it gets. So if there's any of you out there who have tried to sidestep this visa extension thing because you hate the queues, you hate going at 8 a.m. just to try to be the first one in line. And if you hate waiting for 2 hours and you want something express and you don't want to pay agents to go to weird provinces to get your passport stamped, and you might even later on have problems with the immigration authorities when you're doing stuff, this is a really, really good way to do it. So it was just the first time inconvenience, but in the end, I realized that it was actually worth it. Nothing ventured, nothing gained. And I ventured out for 500 baht more, assuming that I had gone to the right place in the very beginning, and assuming that I could have found how and where to park the car more efficiently, or perhaps now that I know, I might want to park the car somewhere nearby and take a motorcycle over. Or even like, Thai Post or something. It's the one, once again, it's the one next to the Thai postal headquarters in Chiang Watana. So parking in a different spot and getting it done, it was, and some of you, if you have a chauffeur, right, or a friend who brings you out there, friend can drop you off, you go in and come out within 5-10 minutes is done. 5 minutes, third level, 5 minutes is done. No queues, no dumbass questions to answer. I'm actually quite impressed with it. I love the VIP thing. I mean, this is the closest to, you can have a taste of what it feels like to be on Thai Elite, It's a different feel. You don't have to, and you sit in comfort. It's a nice, you can call it bureaucracy or what, but the office environment there, totally different from downstairs. The office was cute too, right? But that's beside the point. But the whole thing, very efficient, super customer service, worth the money. Hope this helps. Leave your comments down below. Bye.